So, have you always dreamed of opening your own coffee shop? Well, you're in the right place. Today on The Explainer, we're diving into the guide Brewing Success, and we're going to break down the entire blueprint to show you exactly how it's done.
The guide kicks off with this dedication, and it just perfectly captures the whole idea, right? A great coffee shop is so much more than just a business. It's that third place, the spot that's not work, not home. It's a community hub. That's the vibe we're really going to dig into.
To really get where we're going, you kind of have to see where we've been. And it's wild. This whole idea of a coffee shop as a community spot goes back centuries. From social hubs in 15th century Mecca to these hotbeds of intellectual debate in 17th century Europe. So this whole third wave thing we see now with all its focus on craft, it's really just the latest page in a super long book. Okay, so let's jump into the blueprint itself. The whole guide is built around these four main pillars. First up, crafting your vision, then building your space. After that, we've got perfecting the product, and finally, running the business. All right, first things first, crafting your vision. The guide makes this crystal clear. Before you even start pricing out espresso machines or looking at leases, you have to do this foundational work. It's all about figuring out the actual soul of your coffee shop.
And really, it all boils down to this one huge question. The answer you come up with here, it's going to shape everything. We're talking your decor, your music, your menu, all of it. Are you going to be that quiet, cozy spot with big armchairs where people can curl up with a book? Or are you aiming for a loud, high-energy hub for students who need caffeine and super fast Wi-Fi? Two totally different worlds.
So tackling that big question gets a whole lot easier when you break it down into these steps. First, your mission. What's your why? Then, your audience. Who are you really trying to serve? Next, your personality. Are you quirky and fun or more sleek and sophisticated? And the big one, what's your unique value? I mean, what's going to make someone walk past 3 other coffee shops to come to yours? Okay, so once you have that vision locked in, it naturally flows into our second pillar, building your space. This is the fun part, right? This is where that dream starts to feel tangible, where you actually build the physical spot that makes your brand come alive. Now, when we talk location, the guide points out this really big strategic choice you have to make. You could go for a super busy area with tons of foot traffic, but you'll have to fight tooth and nail to stand out. Or you could find a quieter spot and build a brand so amazing that people go out of their way to find you. You become the destination. Neither way is wrong, but the key is you gotta pick a lane and commit. And once you've got that spot, the layout itself has to do 2 things at once. It's a real balancing act. On one hand, yeah, it has to look great. It's got to be that Instagrammable place people want to share. But on the other hand, it has to be a well-oiled machine for your baristas, especially during that chaotic morning rush.
And getting that balance right, it really comes down to the details. A functional layout, that's not just about aesthetics. It's about creating a smooth flow so people aren't bumping into each other. And having different kinds of seating is huge. You're catering to the person on their laptop, the study group, the friends just catching up. It's all about designing the experience from every possible angle.
Okay, so you've nailed down your vision and you've built out your space. Now we get to the absolute heart of it all, our third pillar, perfecting the product. Because let's be real, this is what people are walking through your door for in the first place. And it all begins with a bean. Basically, you've got 2 main contenders, Arabica and Robusta. Arabica, that's generally the smoother, sweeter one you find in most specialty coffee shops. Robusta, on the other hand, packs a much bigger, bolder punch and a lot more caffeine. The choice you make here is going to define the entire flavor of your main product, so it's a big deal. Now, here's an idea from the guide that I find really fascinating because it's kind of counterintuitive. The temptation, right, is to have this huge menu with dozens of options. But what the guide argues is that for a small shop, a simple menu, well, that's not a weakness. It's actually a huge strategic advantage. And here's exactly why that's so smart. A simple menu means faster service, which customers love. It means lower costs for you. But the most important part, it lets you focus on quality. You get to pour all your energy into making just a few things perfect. You end up being known for making the absolute best latte in town instead of having 20 okay drinks on your menu. See the difference? And all of this brings us to our final crucial pillar, running the business. Think of this as the engine room of the whole operation. It's the stuff that happens behind the scenes, the people, the systems, the legal stuff that keeps your dream not just afloat, but actually thriving.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Your baristas, they are the customer experience. They're literally the face and the voice of your brand. That's why you can't just hire for skill. You have to hire for personality too. Invest in them, train them, and create a culture where they feel supported. It's so true. A happy team really does create a happy space. And when it comes to marketing, it's so much more than just buying a few ads. It's about actively building that community we keep talking about. That means engaging with people online, teaming up with other local businesses, and setting up loyalty programs that make your best customers feel seen and appreciated. Okay, and this next piece of advice from the guide is basically non-negotiable. Do not try to handle the legal stuff by yourself. The world of permits, licenses, and all that, it's a maze. Hiring a lawyer who knows small business inside and out, that's not an expense. Think of it as an investment in protecting the dream you're working so hard to build. So, when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway here? A truly successful coffee shop, it's never just about having good coffee. It's this incredible blend of that initial passion that got you started, a really solid strategic plan covering all these pillars we've talked about, and most of all, a real deep commitment to building a genuine community.
And that really leaves us with one final question for you. We've established that a coffee shop is so much more than a business. It can be the heart of a neighborhood. So the question is, if you were to start this journey, what would yours be? What unique, amazing space would you create for your community?